It's BudPod 43.
Your daughter is me. This is me letting you know the huge news.
That is the grammar. That's the grammar of how people speak on reality shows. For yourself. Your daughter is me. Your daughter is me, it is.
I have always wondered this. I don't know if we've ever discussed this before, like whether in person or on a recording, but I'm fascinated by a friend of mine used to go out with a girl who worked in like translation for like movies and TV shows. I was always fascinated by how like, I'm trying to think of a movie that is so spoiled, we're not spoiling it. Empire Strikes Back.
Yes,
so like Luke, I am your father. Or I am your father, Luke, whatever the exact wording he says. But I've always wondered what it like. Surely there's some language that you translate it to where it's like, by the very nature of their relationship from the off, Darth Vader has been calling him like a version of Luke, but you only call your son that. Do you know what I mean? So where it would give it away instantly. Yeah, there's got to be like reality shows where like you would never reveal a winner's name at the end of a sentence. You always start by saying, "Winner Daniel, you have won the competition."
That's how they talk about contestants on MasterChef. Last round winner Daniel has decided to cook a big egg.
Is that like 1800s MasterChef with like really rudimentary ingredients as well? John has been set to find a pear, but he can't seem to get one from anywhere. We haven't got potatoes here yet.
Joseph of Marlborough has decided to cook a marzipan turkey. He's never seen one, so it's best guess in terms of the shape. And it's covered in cinnamon and salt.
He couldn't find a full turducken. He's made a cow person, which is a combination of cow and person. He slaughtered both his cow and his eldest.
You know the thing about Harry Potter with...
I love Harry Potter.
You know, I know. This is
as of recently. That's what we did say. As of very, very recently.
You hated it since the 90s, but only recently you come around to it.
I can't wait for the HBO series. Have you seen the trailer?
No.
The trailer is like, you know when you go to like a Curzon or an Everyman or a Picture House or like a slightly wanky cinema wherever in the country you're based, and the trailers will inevitably be for predominantly foreign movies, and they try to use the trailer to disguise the fact it's foreign, and you get 2 minutes in and you're like, hang on a second, no one said anything.
Yeah, these are just dramatic shots.
They've done that, but with magic. There is no indication in the trailer that it's anything to do with witches and wizards. It looks weird, but as far as you're concerned, it's about a boy transferring from one school to another school. It's got more in common with adolescence than like the original series.
You're a good lad. Defense against the dark arts.
Dad, I'm changing my plea to guilty. I stabbed Hermione. She rejected my advances.
I'm a Death Eater.
Because he can't show him on the news because he's like a 14-year-old boy. The silhouette on like the front cover of The Sun is moving, but it's just a black silhouette.
Scouse Hogwarts, please make it. Scouse Hogwarts.
Fuck! I had a fucking Hogwarts moment today. A station in Melbourne. I had to get platform 14. We were like running late to get a train. And it goes, platforms like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, directly next to each other. 13 and 15 directly next to each other. No sign as to where 14 could possibly be. And it was like, do I need to ram myself into a wall? Is this where it works? Is this where she got the idea from?
That is, where the fuck was it?
This is at one of the central stations. Katie and I were going for... brunch. So I mean, I've probably mentioned this in the pod before. Katie writes on Last Leg, and Adam Hills had just flown back to Australia, having spent like the last 6 months or so there. So we were going to hang out with him and have lunch with him. So Lovely. This was in like proper central Melbourne, but we had to explain that we were late because the platform isn't there. Like it's. But how did you?
Where had they fucking put it?
Well, we asked them. It's one of those ones where it's like it's right down the end. It's right down the end. So when you ask members of staff, you go, "There's no platform 14." They go, "Yeah," and yeah. Okay, thank you. Bye. Thank you.
They put it at the end when the train is the size of a fucking baguette, right?
Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
You'll just climb on the baguette and it takes you away.
Where it speeds past you, like when the Uber driver doesn't recognize that you're there on the street corner. And then from having stood there waving at the train, you've got to like... Is it weird that I hail trains? Is that strange? Do you find that strange?
No,
I hail trains?
I think it's got a charming naivete to it.
I stick my thumb out, and then when they leave, I wave a hanky really fast.
And you cry.
Yes, I run alongside the train platform, saying goodbye to someone I don't know.
I do that, but I don't.
Terrified elderly woman.
I don't wave a hanky.
Who now thinks she's forgotten like her debit card.
She's gone to war. Well, she's gone to war. I do the same thing, but I run like I'm the kid and not the wife. So I run past in like little shorts and a shirt and braces, and I shout things like, "Bring me back a Luger, mister."
A Luger.
Yeah.
This isn't set in wartime, by the way. This is
This is now, yeah.
This is just now, yeah.
Yeah. He's a weird kid. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean with the with the platform thing at Paddington. They do that where they go, platform 14 is like, they're ashamed of it. They've hidden it in a corner.
Yeah, and if you ask, they're so non-committal. Like I've got friends of mine where like a bit we like to do is if you're like on an escalator and you're standing on your friend's foot and they're like, "Hey, sorry man, you're standing on my foot." You just go, "Oh, don't worry about it." "I don't mind, it's okay." And you just stay standing on their foot. I'm fine, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
The foreign movies trailer thing, I like it when it's even deeper and they've got like an ambiguous foreign star in it. So you go, "But I just saw Mads Mikkelsen." Wait a minute.
Yeah, Javier Bardem's in this. And,
Danish,
tricky.
Spanish.
Yes.
What's her face from...
Hannibal. That's not a word I recognize. And he eats
Mila
people,
Kunis.
sounds very European.
Yes. Well, he eats people in a pretentious way. American
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter's just burgers, just mince them up burgers.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried buffalo sauce, Clarice?
Yeah, just really trash, absolute trash Hannibal Lecter. I ate his liver with a McRib and a strawberry and a large Dr. Pepper. Yum! And that's what makes her like recoil.
Yeah. There's almost no nutrients in that sauce at all, Dr. Lecter.
Yeah. I'm having a friend for an emergency service station pit stop.
I'm having a friend round for potluck. Potluck barbecue.
Never. That's what I bet we'll never experience that in our lives, unless you're going to tell me this is a South African thing that you had.
A potluck? No, I think those days are gone, aren't they?
Yeah, most have done. Brought a potato salad to a barbecue. Do you know what I mean? Bought some Doritos.
Yeah.
I bought chips and dip. Yeah. That's all I've done.
Yeah, that's not in. It's got to be in an incredibly weirdly sized, but somehow incredibly precious dish.
Yeah, grandmother's china, which I'll take to a friend's house. I'll walk down the street. It's through like
I'll make
the dodgiest part of LA.
Yeah, and they'll have to clean it.
Like you're a background character in a cartoon where the car chase is happening. You may as well be carrying a large pane of glass with a friend, or running like a fruit stall in a shopping mall during the Blues Brothers. Like the worst part, I cannot imagine being a cartoon character running a fruit stall. You must go like, this is a doomed occupation. It's a dying industry. The invention of the automobile in Wacky Races land has ruined my prospects.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, you can't have Wacky Races now either because car manufacturers have centralized. You don't get the old mom and pop car manufacturers that used to be willing to make you a car with an umbrella that bursts out the top, with a gun in the front, with a dispenser for toffee that sticks people to the floor. We've lost that.
They never just had like a sniper rifle. And it dastardly just gets shot in the head and slumps over his car.
And Muttley's there going, wake up, no.
It's the first time he becomes fully lucid. And he's like, genuinely, man, are you okay? I could talk this whole time. Are you okay? I'm normal. There's a man in here. There's a man in here.
Muttley's going, this isn't funny. This isn't funny.
Yeah. The other guy from Catch a Pigeon who's just like, ding. That's because he just sustained like a serious head injury because he got shot in the head previously, but it just like missed vital parts of it.
Looks like Dick Dastardly's lost his head. As the dog
And the
just
episode's
howls.
called like Flatline or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, or just that, they've got access to all this. Just make a fucking faster car. Just win the race. Just win the race for real.
Yeah, just they never try to do it by legitimate means, and it's like it's a real like tortoise and the hare sort of thing where you go like, you've had a fucking nap, you've gone to a different city, you've like it. I feel like it's not really about the race anymore.
Yeah, it's about messing with each other.
Not in it. Yeah, exactly, and I feel like that's not really in the spirit of it.
Someone should stand up and say, guys, we forgot the races part of the wacky part. Yeah. The wacky part's taken over. This is so wacky what we're doing, but we're not really racing anymore.
I get
I think that would be good.
They went big and hard by pitching it as Wacky Races because you go, that's subjective. I think wackiness is subjective.
Yeah. Well, you and I know in our industry that, especially in the UK, it seems to work a bit differently in the US, but in the UK, the more you talk about how good or funny something is, the more the public will hold you personally responsible and hate you for every second of it that they're not weeping with laughter.
Yeah, absolutely. Charles Manson was so crazy, he used to call it normal races. That's what he used. I think it was the sickest thing I ever heard him say.
Wacky Race War. That's what he wanted. He wanted a huge race war in the California desert, but what people left out is that in his manifesto he did specify that it would be like cannonballs and anvils.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like David Duke sounds like a Wacky Races character. He's the true Duke of Hazard.
He's the Grand Wizard of Wackiness.
Yes,
I genuinely, if I saw a really old episode of Wacky Races and the clan were in a kind of big van, I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. I guess it's from a different time. This is like those Tom and Jerry episodes.
And Shaggy getting chased by the clan. Then they chase them back around the side and they're dressed as the clan. And then they pull it off and they go, David Duke, weren't you a politician? And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you progressive teens. And Fred dabbled with David's ideas because he's like a blonde jock.
Yeah, Fred is there going,
Fred,
come on,
you
gang.
too?
Come on, gang, let's hear him out. Now, hold on. What if this time we're wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, back in the van, Fred. Back in the van. Back in the fucking van.
Scooby-Doo saying racist, and everyone's like, are you saying a different first letter, or is that you just saying the word racist?
Yeah, are you saying that?
Yeah.
Are you saying bassist?
Yeah.
We just need to be sure you're not saying the word bassist.
Racist Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney's like in the editing suite when he made like a special guest appearance, and he's in the editing suite be like, can we just get a bit of a clarification on that, please?
I'd like. Who taught this dog to speak?
Could he say like bass player, race player? No, that sounds bad as well.
You say and on bass? No, and on race, Paul McCartney. No. I'm just going home. It says.
I regret making the White Album.
And it's the right album with Scooby. It's
the right
really,
album.
He's trapped. He's really fucked.
Ron Rennan. Hello there, lovely to meet you.
Ron Rennan. It sounds like a real name.
Yeah,
we've gigged with Ron Rennan.
Yoink, Scooby's gonna sign that man's book.
Scooby-Doo starts muttering about rurty rippies. It turns out he's really, really right wing. Now this is crazy to me. This is so strange to me because it's Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
I'm having a coffee that I've accidentally left some bits in.
Yeah,
which is no good. And I've just seen Glenn have a sip of a A frosty schooner, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Like ice cut Asahi glass, and yeah.
Oh, look at the frost on that sweet baby. Oh,
Yeah.
my Lord.
I found this in
It's
the
so
park.
strange. Yeah. What's Australia? They grow there.
Yeah. No, it's in the liquid.
Oh, just loose.
It's like a really soft amber. Like a sort of sap. It doesn't make me feel as instantly ill as sap normally does.
Okay. But it's a different tree, I guess, in
It's a
Australia.
different tree. Yes, exactly that. It's exactly that.
But that's how
Sorry.
that's how we met.
Sorry.
Was,
Sorry. No. Sorry. Let me go first. Is what I'm trying to say. Let me go first. Let me go first. Go, fine, go.
That's awful. Awful stuff.
I do like to do that if you're toing and froing with someone at a door to indicate the open door and go, please, and then carry on walking and go, let me go first. It's a really obnoxious thing to do.
That's when you're inviting the pheromone in, I think, with that sort of behavior.
Oh, speaking of which, well, not this isn't pheromone adjacent, but it's we spoke last week about odd audience members I'd had in the past.
Yeah.
And let's not say the venue, but you did a tour show
Yeah.
recently. It was very nice, you said, but someone who runs the venue had something to say to you.
Yes, so we've had... This is important from a scientific point of view. Because the listener might be listening to you and me talk about your pheromone.
Yeah.
And the listener might be thinking, now hold on. Option one is that this is real. Option two is that it's like a bit, like when Phil and Pierre used to pretend not to know what Gilded Cage was.
Yeah.
Or option three is they both think it's real, but they're both just kind of like, it's like folie à deux. They've both just driven each other crazy.
Yes.
So this is an important tick in the column of it's real. Someone else can see the demons.
Yeah, it's Harrison Ford coming out as Han Solo in the trailer for Force Awakens. Did he say like it's real, all of it, or something like that? That's what he was referring to.
A person at a venue fairly recently said to me, I was looking through the program of who else had been at that venue, and I saw that you'd been there at some point. The point is, this person at this venue was like, I said, oh, you've had Glenn. I know Glenn. I did podcasts with him. And they said, yeah, he's so nice. That was a good show. They said they were very nice about you and your show, which is the duo. And then they said, yeah, some of his audience, I think I've never really seen people like that before. I didn't really know people could be like that. And I started laughing. And I was like, did you say that to him? And they were like, yeah. I asked them if some of the audience if these were the people he was expecting or that he was used to. And he explained that this is a thing for him. And it was amazing to me. It complete validation, external validation from a professional venue manager whose job is to see audiences. So for them to stand out is particularly egregious.
Well, exactly. And also not only that, but I believe that, because that's a venue that sees all kinds of shows. And I believe that friend of a show, Phil Wang, I believe that the last time he did like a work in progress or something there, the previous night they'd had like Russell Brand post fucking documentary.
Oh,
so they've had that audience. Or it might have been a few days pre-documentary, but still, he was insane. He was insane.
Of course, yeah. The Bear Grylls baptized in the Thames audience.
Oh man, so weird. Drinking from the Thames.
So creepy, man. It's such a cursed river.
It is.
Good.
Yeah. It's a chocolate river from Willy Wonka.
You can't say that you got out of the Thames after your baptism. You just have to say you've been fished out of the Thames.
Yeah. I saw a
terrible body.
I saw a guy just sitting on the street yesterday, and he was reading. He was sitting on the pavement, and he had Russell Brand's book, and it was like that book has either gotten you into this situation, and it won't help you out, like. Either one of those things. It can't please get rid of the book. That's the Book of the Dead. Do not read from the Book of the Dead.
His bookie work.
It wasn't his bookie work. No.
Oh.
It might have been his novel. It might have, or maybe his autobiography. But it was something. It was like one of the later sort of ones. One of the more like serious ones, where
Naughty's
he has the artwork
culture,
of a magician. Do you know what I mean? But an artwork, one of those like scary magicians.
Well, yeah, scary because like the fucking
mind molester. One of those ones, and it's like
he's only scary because his cupboard trick's got a skull painted on. It's the same fucking cupboard. It's always the same.
Yeah.
When they're like, I've got a necklace with teeth on it or something, and you go, okay, man, all right.
I've got a mouth with teeth in it. That's scarier. I've got teeth in my mouth.
Darren Brown is scarier than a scary magician because of how like normal or like polite he is. That's more frightening.
Yeah. Yes.
Less is more. A magician is less scary if he ends every trick by saying oogly boogly. Which is what they're doing.
I'd hate that, actually, if I saw a magician say oogly boogly at any point. I'd go, come on, man, that's creepy, and I don't know why. Because I don't know if you're being spooky or magic.
What if he said it in a really like offhand way, as though it was like saying thank you to a waiter?
Bob's your uncle, oogly boogly.
And here's your card, oogly boogly.
Yeah. I had a habit of accidentally making those sort of, because that ends up being a slip if you're saying it that offhand.
Yeah.
I went through this phase of saying about everything at home, of just if I was going to make like a coffee, of just saying, I think it might just be Daddy's little coffee boy.
I remember this phase of yours.
Yeah, and this culminated in me at one point at a pub getting halfway through ordering and saying, I'll just be Daddy's little Foster's boy. Like I got halfway through the word daddy to like a bartender. It was like, I'll be dad, the ale on tap. Which one is, which ale on tap?
San Miguel. Remember that? That was the tune. Probably.
Yeah. Do you remember the advert? I don't.
It's like little memes like that slipping in. It's so difficult. I just spent Easter with my nieces and nephews. Neaster.
Yes. Neaster.
Yeah, I had a Neaster, and I'm because I don't have kids. I have to sort of. There is that moment where you go, okay, this is not the same joking around as you would joke around with your friends. You can't fully riff because my nephews are old enough now that they can riff a bit. They're quite fun, but you can't. You have to do it. It's real training wheel stuff if you're a professional twat.
Yeah, it's tricky as well when they like it when you talk to them as a fellow adult. Like,
yeah,
I've never talked down to kids ever. Like, if ever I did gigs for kids, I would talk to them fully as if they were grown-ups, and they seem to appreciate that more. But I found myself accidentally doing that on the drive home for Christmas. We stopped at Pizza Express, like at a service station, and the wretch had like an apple juice or something like that. And it was obviously like luminous green. And he went, it looks like wee. And I didn't really think, I just went, what is wrong with your wee? And he just like lost his mind because I'd asked it I'd said that in the same way I'd have asked like a 30-year-old. And I think he appreciated that more. So what were you at the risk of doing then over Easter?
Just at the risk of like making up funny songs, and then inevitably, like some of the songs we sing on here, it's diverting.
You're gonna it's gonna be fucking the dad or something.
Well, yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. And my one of my nephews in particular has got like an insane memory in general, but especially for silly stuff. Like he'll remember word for word songs that I made up a year ago. So if I say something rude, it's in there forever, man. It's in the cloud forever. Can't delete it.
I did that once when I was like 14 to my cousin, who at the time must have been like 8, and told him a joke that obviously he wasn't going to get. Older than 8, definitely older than 8. Yeah, because otherwise it would have been really weird. I told him this joke, but I told him a joke that was just way too. Just it was a sick joke. And at the table, he was like, Glenn told me this joke earlier, and I was like, it was like I was trying to kill him under the table. It was like I was trying to kill him. It was like my feet were trying to kill his knees. Going, shut up, I didn't. And it took me like sometimes you just have to give someone a look of just like, I believe with everyone there's like, it's like a coin you can trade in. There's like a look you can give people of like, genuinely no. Like,
yeah.
Please don't. Please. Yeah.
No,
but it was like
not in a fun way. Don't do this.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
Did it work? Were you free?
Yeah, just about.
But also, what the fuck's he thinking? He knows the game. He knows
the fucking game. He knows the game.
I got told this earlier. What are you doing? What do you stand to gain here? Is there a bounty on my head? Your parents going to give you $10,000 for a joke-telling outlaw like me? Is this your reward for this? For being a good boy?
A friend of mine at school, we were talking on like MSN Messenger. I hate that this is true. We were talking on MSN Messenger, and I went to send him a link for something. Can't remember what website it was. Maybe it was like a download link for like a Limp Bizkit album to illegally download or something like that.
Yeah.
And I sent him a link to a forum I'd posted on, asking for advice on how to ask out a girl I really liked, based on how fully the worst thing you could ask. When I was like, 13.
I thought you were gonna say lemon party.
No. Just sent him that link, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I sent him this Limp Bizkit link. Immediately get replied, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I sent him a virus," and he just sends like a quote, and I was like, "Oh, that must be the wrong link," and he's like, "I mean, the profile says the person's from Croydon," and it was like, oh no. And he went, this is about such a girl, isn't it? And he was like, I'm going to send this to the aforementioned Wet Dreamers, the website. And I was like, you cannot. And obviously on MSN Messenger over text, you cannot get that across. You cannot get across how serious that is. I'm going, you cannot do this. You cannot, please. And I think I rang him. I think I rang his home line. His mum picked up, and I was like, I need to talk to him now. without even clarifying who I meant.
I'm going to turn this to the Wet Dreamers. I forgot about the Wet Dreamers, and how could
the black hand and the white hand.
The black hand and the white hand. You should win the Booker Prize for doing so. There should be like a junior Booker Prize for, I don't know, poetry, literature, situational art.
Well, one of them is a very celebrated author. I won't name him. And I think the other one retired, or the other one dropped out of university from poker winnings.
Incredible.
So insane.
Well
people,
deserved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah.
People you meet in a sequel to Knives Out.
Oh, Glass Onion.
Yeah, well, like the next one, I guess. Or then, no, there's another one. There's one of the fucking.
I'm being a shit. Shit.
It would be Wake exactly. Yeah. It was okay. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have. It was. I didn't mind the second one. Don't know why people took issue with it so much. First one's fantastic.
I didn't mind it. Yeah.
I think the house does a lot of the heavy lifting.
What a nice
the house and the jumpers. It's such an autumnal film, and it was good that they sort of returned to that sort of environment for the third one. I did like
was better.
I did, and that felt like, obviously, it's Christmas. You know, it's Christmas adjacent. I get more out of... Yeah.
Wake Up Dead Man had 2 Joss Whedon jokes in it, 2 or 3 that made me unhappy with them. One about where like a character is like comedy drunk is awful. It's just not good. Here's what I think of you. How about this then? Ha! I'm drunk, and you go. Are you in a play? Are you 11 and are you in a play? Are you in Bugsy Malone?
There was a school play I was in where it was set in a pub, and they just poured us pints of fucking like gravy. But obviously, over the course of the play, you had to drink a pint of gravy.
What?
Yeah, we were given pints of basically Bovril. It was like a working tap and stuff like that. But I was playing a guy who was in the pub the whole play, and I had to get through 2 pints of Bisto.
Hang on,
in 90 minutes.
Fucking hold on a second.
Ask me whatever you need. We're happy to pause. Let's do this.
You're saying, that you had to Bisto on tap for a school play.
It literally on tap. I am not joking. It sounds like the play I was in was a rugby initiation.
Yes, it does. Or like an initiation into moving to the north.
Yeah, like a colliery band. If you want to be a trombone player, then get Miss Bisto down you.
If you move house north of Matlock, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Anywhere north of Matlock, you have to do this beer Bisto pint challenge.
Ooh.
But like the teacher who set that up is the funniest person in the world.
I think it was just like,
I'm going to make kids drink gravy and they can't say anything. I would have been fucking crying laughing watching that, going like, yeah, never mind the play. Look at their fucking faces. They have to keep drinking gravy.
Yeah, he was watching Miss Trunchbull and a big chocolate cake going, too blatant. You got to be subtle, Trunchy. You got to be subtle. Gravy. Make them inflate with gravy.
Miss Trunchbull, kids like chocolate cake.
Yes,
so
I think you'll find.
This is that fat boy's very dream. What about a cold, salty liquid? That's disgusting.
I turned the TV the other day, Matilda was on, the Tim Minchin musical version. I said to Katie, I was like, would you call the police if like I was exclusively listening to that soundtrack of just screaming British children? Like,
here's a creepy thing.
British school to do it. Like, I can't, and it's like another brick in the wall. I can't take that song seriously because it's got a chorus of children.
Da, 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 yeah.
We don't need no education. I mean, not only that, but it's got that weird ending of, you can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? Impossible to take seriously.
I don't like it because those kids singing on the album, it's all about being rebellious or whatever, but I know those kids had the very tightest, neatest hair and ties of all the children in London.
They wore straw hats even when not at school.
Yeah, genuinely.
Boating
exactly.
hats.
Fucking Billy Bunter saying we don't need no education.
Billy Bunter, yes.
I'm not accepting that. They're not actual rebels.
From every generation, you just know the kid who played Just William was fucking homeschooled or whatever.
Yeah. It's here's a creepy thing I do. I listen to film soundtracks while I walk around.
That's not creepy at all. What do you mean? That's fine. Depends on the film, I guess.
I listen to them.
Do you mean like a Hans Zimmer, Thomas Newman? You know, like a big atmospheric.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on my mood. I recommend this to people if they don't do it already. If you're having a moody sort of autumnal, it's better in winter. There's a lot more winter music from films than there is like. Yeah. You're not going to listen to a soundtrack from a fucking, I don't know, a movie set in the desert or in the Caribbean in a heat wave. It doesn't.
Well, do you
it doesn't seem to work as well.
I associate movies with coziness anyway. And I'm less likely to see something in the summer because summer's blockbustery season, and I don't tend to see those in the cinema anymore. I don't know. I'm usually less free. That's a good point. Because of stuff like the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm less free to go to the cinema. In that time, so I don't really go and see like massive like whatever. By the end of the year, the top 10 big box office smashes will be. Those are probably the ones I haven't seen.
Yes.
In fact, it's not weird at all. Give me a weird example then. What makes you go? I hope no one knows I'm listening to this.
Not I hope no one knows. It's just that I was talking about this to friends of the podcast, and you should check out their work. Sarah Barron, Alex Keeley.
Yes.
And they were like, film soundtracks? Like, this is not I don't think this is as standard as you think.
No, that's bullshit. I refute that. I think that's absolute nonsense. I think they're in a minority. Bear in mind, Alex Keeley, of course, has a music podcast that involves going to see live bands. He's not going to see fucking Hans Zimmer at the Royal Albert Hall. If you've seen, and has an interest in whatever is most up to date. Sarah I can't speak for, but I think that's what's happened there. I don't think movie soundtracks is. I'd say that makes up maybe 30% of my overall listening.
I think people understand it if it's Lord of the Rings or, you know, like a big one where it's orchestral and they have an emotional association with the music. Whereas one of the albums I'm listening to, what if you haven't seen the film?
Fine, absolutely fine. Because chances are you might already like the composer. So if you're like, oh, I like I like James Horner's stuff, but I haven't seen this film from like the late 80s, but I know I would enjoy because you can tell a fucking John Williams score from a mile away. You can tell a Hans Zimmer one. You can tell a Thomas Newman one. There are so many composers where you're like, Alexander Desplat. There are loads that you can just tell from a few notes, and you go, that's absolutely there. I could pick that out of a Police lineup. That's the song that touched me.
I still think it might just be us, though. I think because you're such a movie boy.
No. All right, say this in the comments, because most comments we ever get, because people just go, I do.
Okay, yeah. I want to know the movie soundtracks you listen to and why. And I'll start with mine that I listen to sometimes. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, the disappointing film. Great soundtrack. Really good for walking around and feeling mysterious in a winter day in London.
Yeah, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that's remotely strange.
Also, what I like about it as a movie soundtrack album is that it's all that tone, and there's not like one track where it's like, oh, from the birthday scene. Yada-po-po, yep-po-po, yabbity-ship-pow, wow!
Perfect issue. That is...
Yeah.
Thank you for articulating that. I hate that so much. You're going to get this with any romantic film, plinky plonky, comedy scene, spilt coffee all over the boss's desk, like cannot be doing that. Nightmarish.
Yeah, they've said to a professional composer, "Can you soundtrack this fucking Hennemore shit?"
Here's a weird issue I have with listening to instrumentals. I think we've spoken about this before when playing Risk, because we always listen to like movie soundtracks when we play Risk together. Yes. But fine with movie soundtracks. I might have said this on the pod. I feel stupid listening to TV soundtracks.
Oh, I remember this issue of yours. Yeah.
Even if the budget of said HBO show outweighed that of the tiny indie film that I'm happy listening to, I feel dumb. There's something more.
So even Game of Thrones
wouldn't listen to that. Absolutely not.
Wow.
To the point where if I've been on just like a generic playlist and a song's come up that I'm like, I don't know this, I'm gonna look at it and I see it's from a TV show, I skip as if I've noticed a wasp has landed on me. I'm like, oh God. Like I've been tricked. You tricked me.
Such a strange.
It's really strange. I know. I can't justify it, and I can't explain it. It's pathetic.
It's almost too odd to be snobbery.
It's not snobbery. I watch more TV than I watch films. And when I say TV as well, like I watch more prestige drama. Yeah.
It's about respect, Glenn. I eat more McDonald's than I do Michelin-starred meals. It's about respect.
I know, and even then, I guess like TV, there's a grading system. It would be mental if I was like, oh, listen to the I'm a Celebrity opening credits. And I'm fine listening. Imagine if I was like, oh, that's like bottom of the Spotify app. It's in like the top 100 or so, but it's towards the bottom. But I listen to it a fair few times. Yeah, on the way to shows, it gets me geared up.
There's a guy out there who listens to. I've seen playlists on Spotify of like all of the theme tune intros for the most popular shows of the late 90s.
Oh man,
yeah,
just valueless.
Look, if that's you and you're listening to that more than once a year, you gotta talk to someone about your. You've got to
be a radio producer. You've got to be a comedy radio producer. That can be the only explanation.
Yeah. Okay.
But listening to some like supermarket sweep, or like one of those like really and it's called like Charity Chase.
In the noughties, that like electronic music was getting normalized and like the rave generation was getting older. So every now and then you would get like Charity Chase or like Who's That House or whatever, some fucking property show, and there'd be a kind of sort of Aphex Twin bass line in it or something. Like it would get a bit
and
weird.
And the presenter would come on with like huge baggy 90s suit.
Yeah.
And he's got a name that doesn't recognizably sound like a name. If it's like an American, then he's called like Pennells Quince. And you go, Pennells? And you Google him, and he's got such a brief Wikipedia page that literally says he shot himself live on air during episode 2. And you're like, oh, Pennells?
I'm Gramp Chester. Who's that house? Or you look it up and Who's That House? Yeah.
Who's That House?
You look it up and it ran for 196 episodes.
Yeah, all on the same day. One of those like UK gold all-dayers. They just wanted to get it out before the allegations. They just sent the whole show through.
Broadcasted. Send it.
Yeah.
Send it. We don't get paid unless it goes out. Send it.
They did send all by mistake. Oh no. We put it all out.
Every episode of a sitcom at once overlaid each other with 50% transparency.
Yeah, beyond the opening theme tune, it's a nightmare. Even the opening theme tune is like starting to separate towards the end somehow.
That would be quite a mournful work of art if you just had like make it like 5% transparency, so all the layers come through. Every episode of Peep Show, just overlaid, and it's one of those art pieces where you can put headphones on and everyone's going, Jesus.
Well, I guess what you'd want is you'd want only fools. You want studio set all in one room.
Yeah.
So it just looks like it's a set of a play.
That would be quite a good work of art. Is Only Fools and Horses their living room, but you've overlaid different fixed frame shots so that it looks like every possible seat and window and standing is just Rodney.
So it's an insane fancy dress party where you could only come as Del Boy and Rodney.
Or just Rodney, just 80 Rodneys, just filling the room, all looking at each other. That would sell, man. That would sell for billions.
You know my Dreams app on my phone where I'd write down things that I thought were really funny at 2 a.m. and then I'd always read them back and it would be like awful.
Child FM.
One I had was Rodney, you plonky. And I sent that to everyone I knew in the morning, like that morning. And I thought it was I still thought it was funny in the morning. Rodney, you plonky. That would be. There's a 2D platforming game called Super Meat Boy. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's like insanely hard.
Yeah.
You play as a little tiny cube of mincemeat with a smiley face.
Oh,
and
yes.
He's making his way through really difficult levels of traps of just circular saws and chainsaws and all that sort of stuff. You die all the time. Every level you die hundreds of times. But at the end of each level, it shows you every single attempt you did overlaid with each other. So it'd be funny to see Only Fools and Horses all laid out in once of sort of like, let's see Del Boy's walking patterns. Where does he tend to go? Let's see, is there a...
Del Boy heat map?
Del Boy heat map. Well, he's playing quite a defensive formation, Del Boy. He hasn't really made his way into the opposition half. He's not really made his way to Uncle Albert's chair.
Uncle Albert, of course, the heat map is just like a red dot and a blue. It's just, looks like a flag.
Tonight's episode of Only Fools and Horses comes with commentary from Guy Mowbray. Well, it's a tricky tie tonight. It is Del Boy versus Rodney, home fixture for Del Boy at Nelson Mandela Towers. Just over each joke, just sort of like, just commentating over the top of sort of like, oh, and he's dropped the chandelier, egg on his face, a terrible end, and chances are they are never going to be asked to clean lights ever again.
And if that joke's not worth £1 million, I don't know what is. Thank you very much for being with us here today. There'll be more commentary if you press the red button over in the studio. And they've got a bunch of old comedy actors all there in suits, sitting on high stools, really awkwardly.
Well, let's
John
see
Cleese
how their
there.
Latest transfer does. Uncle Albert, of course, brought in from Panathinaikos after the premature death of Grandad in the previous season.
So, I was going to say we should do some correspondence.
Why? Why do you say it like that?
Because we asked for AI slop and we got some.
Hey, all right.
So, AI slop from Sean.
Yes, Sean, apologies in advance. Bear in mind, I'm in Australia at the moment. I'm in Melbourne, but tomorrow I go to Sydney. So when you listen to this, I'll be in Sydney. We should have warned you in advance. The correspondence is going to be a lot more expensive. We should have warned you about the shipping costs of sending it in the first place. And
roaming.
You have roaming off when you send stuff to us. Because it's going to bankrupt you.
Yes, Glenn's half of it. I receive it and then I send him half and I charge you.
Yeah, we've already bankrupted John Joe and Slow Poo.
AI slop from Sean. Hello, boys. Love you both. My old dad can fuck off now because Glenn buys me ice cream and knows everything about video games.
Yeah, it's all true.
Anyway, I saw this AI slop on Instagram recently, and I've never in my life felt as uneasy about reading a sentence as I did when I read this one. So, I'm going to give this a go.
All right.
the picture is David Mitchell, I think, as Ludwig, the kind of detective-y guy.
Yeah.
And this is on Instagram, and the caption says, David Mitchell confirms that Peep Show were once they are did. They become the first ever to have the first, as in the era of that when of Channel 4 began. Congratulations, David, hashtag Peep Show.
People will have shared that and gone,
yeah,
something
brilliant.
renewed. Congrats, David, picture of him. He's been renewed.
They would have shared it and gone,
he's been baptized in the Thames by Bear Grylls. Oh, God, you've got my forehead all wet.
David Mitchell confirms that Peep Show were once they are did. They become the first ever to have the first, as in the era of that when of Channel 4 began.
See, the second half makes it sound as if it was one of Channel 4's first ever shows, which is just fundamentally untrue. It was like 20 years into Channel 4. So I can't begin to understand what that is. Maybe it's an anniversary.
I think
20
people have
years
shared
since
it.
The beginning.
And they've gone, brilliant news.
Something. Stop the boats. Something about stopping the boats. Yeah, David Mitchell agrees. David Mitchell agrees.
AI Slop from Jim. Morning, gents. I'm a recent subscriber to the pod, having come from the equally excellent Button Boys. Cross-pollination.
Thank you. Yes.
After listening to a few episodes, I noticed Pierre often signs off saying Koji, which is not something I'd heard. I therefore decided to ask AI to find out what Koji stands for. Pierre had been looking for a way to create a forced catchphrase to annoy Phil. He eventually landed on Koji as the perfect nonsense word. It's not true. It officially became the mandated ending around episode 131, The Gilded Shitter, and episode 132, The Bone Zone. By the time they hit episode 135, the joke was fully established, and Pierre was shouting it with the aggressive confidence we know today.
Is this true? What's true? What's true?
None of that's true. None of that's true.
How did it come about?
We were joking about... We were making fun at how uncomfortable Phil was with like rude emails, but like he liked, he laughed at them, but he was always like, ugh. And so he was saying like, oh, it would ruin your life if the catchphrase was something about like, wipe those butts or something, some like,
oh yeah. Pathetic. I wouldn't like it if it was wipe those butts.
Someone signed off an email with keep on jacking it. And as like a joking catchphrase. And they just went, yeah. And we're like, okay, Koji, great. So that was that. It stuck.
If I saw Koji on like a navy blue t-shirt with like Koji and then white Japanese lettering for no reason, I'd be like, that's great. I love that.
KOJ capital, I lowercase. You go, oh.
Yeah, nice. Oh. What 80s tech firm is that based in Tokyo?
Well, here's another more lies from the robot. Fun fact, says the lying robot. Pierre didn't just pick it out of thin air. It was part of a larger conversation about high-end cooking and fermentation. Koji mold.
Koji mold.
He realized that shouting a technical Japanese fermentation term was the least cool catchphrase possible, making it the perfect tool to use against Phil. Now, they've picked up the idea that I'm messing with Phil with Koji, or we're all messing with Phil, but it's obsessed with, it's so wrong. It's so profoundly wrong.
And it's confident as well. You go, it's not saying, might have something to do with, the sources seem to suggest it's something to do with this. If you literally type in what is water into Google, the AI bit will be like, it's thought, the reality has probably been lost to time. It's thought hydrogen and potentially oxygen have something, but don't quote me on that. Please don't quote me on that. Yeah. Where as if like you type in Glenn Moore into that, they'll be like, he's one of Portugal's tallest salesmen. No. And it'll be really like confident. Known for his catchphrase, suck it up, sweet cheeks. No salesman would say that. No salesman would say that.
As Jim continues, I'm fairly sure the episode titles The Gilded Shitter and The Bone Zone do not exist, and nor are they any of your Patreon tiers, and they do not exist. They've hallucinated perfect titles. The Gilded Shitter and The Bone Zone.
Gilded Shitter especially sounds incredibly BudPod Season 1.
Oh man, thank you for that, Jim. Yes, it does. It's so on brand. The robots will not be taking over soon. At least not podcasting.
No.
What a load of shit. What a load of slop. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have, guys.
Yes. Come see us live. I am, at the time of recording, you're going to be listening to this on a Wednesday, most likely. I'm in Sydney at the Comedy Store on the Thursday and Friday of this week, doing my tour show. One of the best reviewed shows of the Edinburgh Fringe, if I can allow myself to be arrogant. And
this is true.
It's a different show to my Sky special, which you can also watch if you're based in the UK or New Zealand. But come see that. It's at the Comedy Store in Sydney. I've never gigged in Sydney ever, so it'd be lovely to see you there. Similarly, later on this month, I think we've mentioned on the pod before, The Audience Versus, a video games comedy live show that I do, masterminded by Simon Parkin, the Observer's video games critic, who has the excellent My Perfect Console podcast, which if you like video games, Pierre and I have both been guests on that. But The Audience Versus is me hosting a series of bastardized video games formats. And it's very stupid and very dumb. And we have Ian Sterling and Phil Wang competing against you, the audience. So that's going to be at the Pleasance in London, Tuesday, the 28th of April. It will sell out, but I just thought I'd give it one more plug just so we've got a friendly home crowd. And that's the Pleasance in London, not the Edinburgh one. This is in London, just off the Calablonian Load. So do please check that out.
Come on. Come on. Right at the end. Right at the end. Like a striker about to score a goal and then he just picks up the ball and fucks it. And deflates it with his
Do you like it?
dick.
I like it.
I like
it. Calablonian Load.
Oh my god. Okay, Koji everyone. See you next week. See you on the Patreon.